Hey guys, it's Jessica. Sorry you haven't seen me for a couple of weeks. I just kind of took a break and stayed away from YouTube. I haven't even watched videos. That's how bad it is. So if I haven't commented on your videos and stuff, I'm getting to them. It's just taking me a while to catch back up because I left off like the last week or two of Veda. So there's like tons of videos. Yeah, and I haven't really been on Facebook either. So I mean, I think I posted something today, which is Wednesday, and I've put something randomly like here and there, but for the most part I haven't even got to read a lot of people's statuses. So this is going to be a long update and I apologize. Hopefully it won't be too long, but I'll kind of left you guys hanging about the whole Haley and the VCUG results, which I'll get to in a minute. But I want to cover that stuff, and I want to cover my cycle and things like that and all that good stuff. So let's start off with Haley. So when I left, our last video y'all seen from me was talking about, I'm pretty sure I uploaded it. That's sad. I don't even know if I uploaded it. But talking about her VCUG and asking for prayers. I'm pretty sure I uploaded it. Anyway, so it was awful. Actually, I just might make this whole video just about the VCUG. Because it was awful. Like, I feel so bad for any kids that have to go through that. So the first thing we did was, we got up, we went there, and they checked us all into the hospital and stuff. And then we went and did her renal ultrasound. Well, her renal ultrasound wasn't really that bad, but she did not want to be touched. She did not want the lady to touch her at all, period. And if she was laying on her back, it was fine, but when we had to hold her on her side and let them, like, look at it and stuff like that, she did not like that position because she was having to be held down. So she screamed and kicked, and we were, like, trying to give her little gummy candy things to, not really candy, but they're the little like toddler gummy things, fruit gummies, and it just was not working. She was pissed, pretty much. She wasn't even like hurt or upset. She was just pissed off. Then we went to the x-ray place, which is in the hospital, and they stripped her down, put her in a gown. And they had to get an x-ray with her diaper off. They had to get an x-ray of her, like a before shot. And then they called somebody in to come and do a catheter. And the catheter was ridiculous. Like, I thought they would use, like, one of the, like, little baby ones. And they didn't. They used one, like, the size of my pinky or bigger. Because they didn't have any of the baby ones. So they used a pretty big one, and Haley's only 13 months old. Well, she'll be 14 months tomorrow, but she, it's not that big for a catheter, and if you've ever had a catheter, they're not the most comfortable things going in as it is. So she screamed bloody murder when they did that, and then they informed us that the dye could sting some, and she just screamed and screamed and screamed. I felt so bad for her, but we both got to stay in there, and I kind of got out of her at her head and was leaned over and was kissing her and talking to her and rubbing her chest and stuff. And Lonnie was right there beside me, and then he moved down to her feet because she was trying to kick her feet and stuff and pull out the catheter. So he kind of got down there at her legs and was like rubbing her leg and soothing her, and she finally calmed down because they have to be relaxed for the dye to go in there. I mean, the more tensed up and crying they are, the harder and slower the dye goes in, and it's a clear dye, goes into their system. So after about, I don't know, probably a good 20-25 minutes, she calmed down and it finally started like really flowing. It took well over an hour just for the VCUG. So they took a bunch of pictures and stuff, and then they had to take the wait for her to pee and all that stuff, and then they had to take the catheter out, and then had to get like an after shot. So they took a buttload of pictures, and it was a very long process, and it was very stressful for your child to be sitting there crying and you can't do anything about it. It was something I never really want to do again. I know technically it wasn't hurting her, but to see them look at you and just want you to hold them and not be able to, with like big crocodile tears going down her face, was horrible. After that though, we kind of got our dress and we went and waited for them to develop the before and after shots and stuff to make sure that those came back okay. And then we headed off to, we got her dressed, and then we headed off to do blood work. And luckily all they had to do was prick her finger because they could get everything they needed from there, because he was checking her white blood cell count, red blood cell count, and her hemoglobin mostly was some things. But he did like a full panel just to make sure nothing else came up. So we did that Friday, and I think we were done by like 11 o'clock. And we didn't get the results till Monday because all the doctor's offices closed early on Fridays. So Haley just woke up, so we broke this up. So we got the results Monday, and her blood work came back crystal clear. I've even took her off the iron supplement. If you've been watching my videos, you know that he put her on an iron supplement because her iron was low. And I took her off those like 3 weeks prior to getting the blood work done, and they came back perfect. And her VCUG results came back perfect. And her renal ultrasound came back perfect. So there was no damage, no nothing. Everything looks great. So thank you all for your prayers and thoughts and warm wishes and all that stuff, because it means a lot. I'm just glad everything's okay, and hopefully we won't have any more of those types of issues. With that being said, I guess I'll just do a separate video talking about my TTC and cycle and stuff like that, because I need to go get her before she starts crying. If you can see her. She's just sitting in there like a big girl. She'll start hollering in a minute. But yeah, so stay tuned for the trying to conceive update and stuff like that, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.